Hey YouTube, this is Shelly and this is my channel, Shelly is Reeling. I hope you're having a great day and I thank you very much for stopping by, clicking on my face to watch this trailer reaction for a movie that is being released by New Line and Warner Brothers on August 8th of this year, so at the tail end of summer. It is called Weapons. It is brought to us by Cregger. We got a brief teaser a couple of weeks ago, just showed a couple of pieces of footage of what looked like children running through the streets in the middle of the night with absolutely no context, which is creepy, sure, but nothing else, which was great because it got everybody talking. Now they're doing a full-fledged trailer. It's about a small community after 17 kids just mysteriously disappear overnight. And it stars a lot of people that you know: Josh Brolin, Alden Ehrenreich, Julia Garner. And beyond that, I don't know anything else. So I'm excited because I think this is going to give us a little more context, but nothing to blow up anything too much, so that we're still interested at the end of the summer when it comes out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's take a look at the trailer for Weapons.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different. Every other class had all their kids.
There's Julia.
But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why?
Something snatched the children.
Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
What the?
Matthew, where are you? Where did you go?
This is where the story really starts.
There was some really fun stuff going on in this trailer. Let's take a brief look, do a little deep dive here. What I heard was that every other kid in town was safe except for the students in Julia Gardner's class. That they all just kind of effed off in the middle of the night. And it looked like they were running towards whatever it was that was summoning them, question mark. So I heard and saw Josh Brolin. He's one of the concerned parents. Everybody disappeared at 2:17 in the morning. And it looks like they did so very quietly and deliberately. Like, they didn't disturb or rankle their parents at all. They just kind of found the way out. What I also find very interesting about this trailer is that for some reason they want to blame her. It is so true. People will look for any reason to single in on one thing, even when that thing doesn't make sense. It's that mob mentality that goes with needing to blame somebody or something for your troubles. And for some reason, they want to say that she's responsible. Now, we don't know that she's not. But honestly, I wouldn't think first that the teacher was responsible unless they're thinking she told all of them to get up at 2:17 and disperse. It definitely tracks the whole making sense of things by blaming the nearest common denominator, and that for them is Julia. I wonder if she has something to do with it. She looks troubled. Looks like she's going to the school in the middle of the night and finding all the kids with their heads on the desks. And one of them looks like one of them has on white makeup and dark eyeshadow, and like, he looks insane. I'm wondering if this is a dream. I don't think this is real. The thing about whatever it is that's going to happen is that as things get more intensified with the community and them coming after her, it's reasonable to believe that she's probably having a nightmare and it's affecting her dreams. And the dreams are her seeing her kids within reach, but when she gets to them, they look undead or demonic or something. Yeah, it looked like a nightmare. And then the next shot, you see her bolting up. So she's definitely having nightmares about this. Maybe this is all about watching how a community breaks down and kind of turns in on itself because it needs an explanation. I also see somebody plotting on what looks like town charts, trying to see what the connections are between the homes and the kids that went missing, which is relevant. That's something I could see somebody doing if they're trying to find explanations. You're looking for patterns of any kind that can help you. Looks like Josh Brolin looks like a concerned parent, and yet here he is looking like he's investigating too. Maybe some converging stories, law enforcement versus parents that are doing their own legwork, trying to figure out what's happening in the town where the kids went. And we got some great security camera footage, black and white, of these kids running in the middle of their yards at night, just lit by the floodlights that you have when there's motion in your yard. This kid skipping through the street is one of the things that you saw in the teaser trailer, but it looks really eerie because he's obviously not upset. Where is he going? Looks like somebody's got sand or like a salt circle. Are we talking about salt to protect you from witches? And somebody carefully stepping over the salt circle? Uh-oh. We thinking demon possession? Witches? Witchy witches? Weapons. Weapons. Let's think about the title of the movie for a minute. Weapons of what? Weapons against what? Weapons for who? Why are we using kids as weapons? That title is purposeful. Zach, what you planning, man? Yeah, this scene of Alden chasing someone down a street in daylight and them getting T-boned by a car in an intersection. Ooh, somebody getting chased probably knows something. Lots of imagery here. Ooh, looks like somebody's lighting candles on a kitchen island and then something exploding in front of them. A woman stabbing herself in the eye with a fork. Why does this feel like that movie with Timothy Olyphant from back in the early aughts? The Crazies? Remember that? I wonder if the kids that were taken to protect them. Maybe something knew that there were nasty things at work in these houses and was kind of spiriting them away because they were trying to keep the kids safe. That's something. I wonder if it's an experiment by aliens. Remember there was a movie in the early aughts called The Forgotten with Julianne Moore? And it was all about aliens taking kids out of households because they wanted to test if they could make the parents forget. And for a lot of the parents, they did. They just kind of went on forgetting they ever had kids. But Julianne Moore's connection to her child was so strong that she just could not give it up. I know I had a child. You're not going to tell me that I didn't have life in my body. And the alien just gets mad. And he says, I want you to forget. And it was great. I love that movie. Alfred Woodard's in that movie. So this looks interesting. I don't feel like we got anything that's going to, give us any context about the major plot that's happening. But I think that this was enough that it's going to keep people curious. And I bet they'll do one more, so we can get a little bit more context and keep us interested. But knowing Zach Cregger, it's not surprising that he would do a film and keep it mum as much as possible like he did Barbarian, because we thought we knew what Barbarian was going to be about, and then that movie completely changes in the middle. It becomes a whole other experience once they get down to that basement. So this movie probably has another bait and switch in store. And I don't know if it's aliens. I don't know if it's the government. I don't know if it's something about the town. It could be like Hot Fuzz. Yeah, I think that this is going to be one of those bait and switch tactics. We're going to get one story and then it's going to turn out to be something completely different. But if Jordan Peele wanted it, it's probably going to be good. I hope that you enjoyed this trailer reaction. I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully bring you something that maybe you hadn't considered seeing, but that you probably will now that you have your appetite whet, W-H-E-T, heathens. I hope that you'll have a great day, week, weekend, whenever it is that you watch this. And as I always say, be the reason that someone smiles today.